Okay, here we are. Here we are. I'm like, oh my gosh, how can I be nervous? I'm nervous. This is this is one of the hardest things. This is the craziest. You guys that know me will appreciate this after I have a sip of coffee. First of all, I'm Kathy Reed Myers. For those of you, because some will be on here and find this recording that have never heard me before. They don't know me, they don't know my story, they don't know anything about me, and that is perfect. Because the old me, those of you that have been keyed into all the changes, 2025 is over. And who we were in those timelines and all of the events that happened, especially leading up to the end of 2025, it's wrapped up. It's like in the bag. It's like, oh my gosh. Today, before I move forward into Happy New Year and all that, I really want to honor 2025. I really want to publicly celebrate that year, especially. This last year has been unlike any year of my life. The things I've learned, the experiences I went through, I'm not going to rehash and hash. They changed my life forever, forever. And I really want to anchor that. I want to make sure in my memory that 2025 was a pivotal year, without a doubt. Okay, now we can move on to 2026. Okay, we've got our coffee. I am so glad you're here, even though I don't know who's on, doesn't matter. I can feel, and this is the purpose for this whole launch. And this wasn't like a long percolating thought. This wasn't like, I really need to do something different. There was no mental preparation on my part for making the commitment I did. And I felt it so strong. It literally, I put together the graphic as quick as I could. I literally had just gotten the sign internally. Kathy, 330, not a full year. I couldn't even say a full year. It had to be 333 days of going with my face, not just my voice, with my eyes, not just my mouth, with my ears internally paying attention to what's going on inside me. As much as I would love to say that these recordings and coming on every day is for you, it's not. And that is the other strange. I think that's why I'm nervous. I have hid behind my helping and my I screw up. Don't do what I did. Let me tell you how I messed up so you don't do it and you do it right so that you be good, right? You experience success. You get like I was the way shower, like I was, and I didn't mind. And that was how I felt. And those days are gone. Those days are gone. And it feels very, very foreign. It's like, how do I know who I am. It's not a matter of that. It's stepping into my voice with my face fully visible without a clue of what I'm supposed to do. That's why I couldn't have a script. If you notice, there's no music. I was the queen of distraction, of fluff, and making it all sound good and schmoo, and making it seamless, and making it everything just so good and so right. And I can't do that. It is. The Holy Spirit in me. No external. I mean, I had people wanting to help, Kath, what are you going to say? What's your theme? What are your topics? I can't. I can't. I had to literally be willing to come on. And other than I knew I was going to honor 2025, I knew that. And of course, yay us, Happy New Year for 2026. What in the heck does that mean? None of us have ever been in a situation we are right now in our personal lives, in our careers, certainly never in the world. And we're not even going to go there. That's completely away from my anything that I know for sure. We're staying away from that. This is about me. And this is about, I'm winging it. My mentor is so sweet. I've heard her many times say, life is like a free fall, and you build the airplane as you're falling, right? So as you jump, as you leap, you build the construct under you, but you take the step first. And I knew what she was saying. I knew I could feel it in my heart that was an accurate. But did I know what she was talking about? No, I'd never done it. Never done it. And I'm doing it. And so some days my videos, as we have coffee, and this is my background kind of, I'm not going to always have this background, by the way, but because this needed to start on January 1st, we get what we get. I've got a honking huge cup because I love coffee. And those of you that know me know that this is like my joined at the hip. Anyway, some days the recordings are going to be short because I don't know. I am recreating my life day by day with all y'all. And you can follow along. That's why if it's boring to you, or if you go, what in the heck is she doing? What does all this mean? What, what, what's the point? What? She's lost me. It's fine. Go. Like, if it doesn't fit you, if it's not, and some days it might be kind of funny because I don't know if I'll ever connect dots from day to day because I'm winging it. I know for a fact that we have power that we don't know we have. I know that. Everything in 2025 was learning for what we implement now in this now moment. How would I know how much power I have? How would I know what it feels like to feel an internal prompting or, I should maybe talk about this. Oh, this thought, and maybe I should say this if I didn't do it. And that's been one of the hardest things about my whole life. And I signed up for it. I'm not complaining, but it's been very, very challenging when everything I've believed has been tested because I've had to experience it first. Unlike other people in my family that could just watch my life and think, oh, boy, what a screw up. I'm never doing that. They learned from things I screwed up. I had to experience the screw up first and hope I learned, right? And many lessons I'm still learning. I am not sitting here today as any kind of an example like, oh, I know about codes. I know about spirit. I know about, and I've arrived and I'm so evolved and I've got it all. No, no, I am a whole lot different. I am a whole lot wiser. My confidence and my trust in God is absolutely, and I can say bulletproof because it has been tested to the core, to the core. And what I have experienced in my life, And it's not just on paper. This is the thing. This is why I could have no script. Nothing that I've been through recently directly applies to who I am now, other than what I've experienced and that rock solid relationship. That for me is the key difference. And that's why I'm willing to face my uneasiness. I'm willing to face my, oh my gosh, what am I going to talk about here? What are they going to, don't care, because I know my relationship with God. I know my relationship with Jesus Christ, and they are real, real to me in my soul. They're not just terms. They're not just woo spiritual. It's not about all that. It's a living, breathing action inside me that I'm putting in front of all y'all. And I'm creating the life I am leading in 2026, day by day, because I wasn't able to do goal setting. Every year I've had goals written out, like my vision board, or I don't do vision boards, but my manifestation journaling and all the programs I've led people through. I mean, they work. They work. But that was so last year. That was so last. I remember in 2020 saying 2021 is going to be unlike any year we've had. It was true. I remember in 2023 saying 2024 is going to be a year like we have never, ever had ever before. And it was true. Not that I'm psychic or a prophet. I don't mean that. And our words do create. And so it's not all or nothing. So there's a blend of what was said before is true, and I'm feeling my way through how this is going to create moving forward for 2026. It was real interesting because many of my friends in different groups I'm in, different involvement, they've been doing the 2025 list, the 25 things that happened in 2025 that you're grateful for. Lessons that you learned, blessings that happened, monumental things that changed your life, or any. And I thought, oh, I wonder. And I went back through my calendar because you know how I am with memory. Like that hasn't changed yet. I had to remember last January of 2025. So I went through, cried a little bit. February, went through a little bit, cried, read, and I haven't journaled regularly. So my calendar served as a reminder. And oh my gosh, I mean, it was so impactful for me just on a personal level to go through. Here's all my friends. Now I can kind of laugh because it's so ironic. It's so many have big trips, I took my family and we all spent a week in Tahiti. I took with my husband and I of however many years, and we went to blah, 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 blah. And we ate at the top of the blah, 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 blah. And just all the fun, to me, extravagant things that I would love to do. This isn't about comparison or judgment, so don't go there. But my point is, these were one gal said that she went to the something at Mar-a-Lago in a big ball that was a big something, and life changing for her. So big moments that were impactful in a different way. And it was like the spirit tugged in my heart. Kathi, we're all being equipped for the road we're walking. My journey is not like other people. And I wasn't comparing, like, oh, look what they've got, look what they can do. I didn't, not like that. But it was like month after month as I'm crying because I was still shedding my skin. I feel like I had 90 feet of skin to shed off my snake, getting rid of all this old programming and attitudes and the things that I didn't even know I thought I dealt with long ago. And so clearing and making room for what I'm creating now. But it was a funny, not funny moment because for years I've even mentioned, like, oh, my life in comparison to others, it's like a train wreck. It's like the choices I've made and the things where I thought I'd be, and I have the tools, I have the skills with manifesting and all the miracles. And believe me, I could list, I could list way more than just 25 miracles that took place right alongside my hard times, my lessons learned, the things that you wouldn't put on a billboard that happened to you. Because I'm not building a shrine to trauma. The days of trauma and healing and all of that are done, clearing, done. I'm not saying that it's never going to keep happening, but the focus is not there now. For me in 2026, I am creating what I'm here to do. And I've got to say that. Thank you. That was another thing that was a huge highlight to me because I remember really ever since 2020, I had been given a calling to help all these people. And you guys that know me. I have 32 projects to implement and to roll out to help all the different segments of society that are so hurting. And I knew manifestation is coming, and I know that, right? And it's so interesting because, again, I was focused on helping other people, manifesting for them, and not focused on me. And that is for me my big lesson for 2026. I am the one. I am the one that generational traumas, generational patterns that are cellularly held in my DNA. I've ended many, many. And the buck stopped with me. And that was a statement I remember making when my son was first born. There were definite changes, and I'm not going to rehash all the stories I did in 2025, but this was a big one because the fuel behind making such big statements, making such big changes, holding my ground, I'll never forget. Oh my gosh, it was so hard. And I knew in my soul, I knew my way of parenting was not going to be what my family's was. I knew there were stands I took. I haven't had a moment's regret. The consequences have been varying depending on the stand I took. It didn't matter. I didn't take the stand because of any expected outcome, other than I would not put the same choices, the same programming, the same behaviors onto my son that I was raised with. And Anybody that wants to rehash that, go back in the videos. They're all there. I didn't take any of them down. But my point is I didn't know how strong our words do create. And that was a soul commitment I made. I kept it. No, no attachment to the outcome again. It's like, I'm not following up. Okay. Did you stick to how I taught you? Did you, I don't know. I don't know how it's going to play out, but that's not the point. The point is, for me, I am the one that broke the chains of how I was raised, that broke the spirits that were involved with my upbringing. For me, those are broken. Those are gone. They're over. I learned and I've moved on. And it's up to me. I am the one that will create my life moving forward into 2026. Anyway, it's nervousing. These are weird times. I'm not going to get into a lot of detail in this first call. I just wanted to give some context and lay a little bit of a foundation. This video will not be on Facebook. It won't be on any other platforms. And that was another weird thing. Facebook was always my living room. That was where, okay, bring your coffee. Let's sit down. Let's all talk. No, I couldn't. That wasn't. YouTube is the only platform. So people that are called, and I firmly believe there's a resonating frequency. There's a feeling. You will feel a heart tug, and it's not based on the words I'm saying. You don't even have to agree with me. You can think, what in the heck is she? But you won't be able to leave this recording. Like there's something, and I'm not going to micromanage it. That I'm not going to try to pick it apart and overanalyze it. And I encourage you not to as well. But everybody is on their own. Do what you will. But people that will hear these recordings, there's a calling behind it. And there is activation that will happen, that will open doors, that will open new ways of perceiving things, new ways of understanding that I have no clue. I wouldn't even begin to predict for you. Well, for me, much less for you. Anyway, this is like a wide open book. This is like a clean slate moving forward. And I'm going to just take it day by day. And until then, those of you that are here, I'm so glad you are. For your sake, I'm moving forward. I'm going. So come with me, send me messages, put comments, whatever you want. I am not supposed to filter one thing. This video won't be edited. It won't be created into a short. It's not going to, I can't do one thing. What you see is it, period. That's it. Okay. Anyway, I will be back tomorrow. Love you all. Bye.